Okay. So we can start off some footwork.
Okay.
And just go through like a couple rounds footwork, then we'll get into punches and strikes, and then we'll take it over there and see what time it looks like.
Okay.
Matter of fact, what time?
It's 7:28.
All right. Okay, so we'll start off with the simple step advance. Do a couple on each side. Pendulum.
Okay.
And I'll go ahead and kind of stagger things. I'll stagger things so that we can make sure that you can see yourself. You
Okay.
know what I mean?
Okay.
So, yeah.
All right, like that.
Yeah. Otherwise, you'll just be seeing me. Okay. And then we'll do like we'll do the step to the side and then take it back to center. So it'll be this one like, and then. Main thing is probably not gonna do the step and the long range shuffle because it starts sweating around.
Okay.
But anyway, then back to the side. I'll let you go. Again, I want you to be able to see what you're doing.
All right.
And we're just warming up, so it's not like it has to be all perfect or something like that.
Try just to.
Yeah, it'll get locked
Sometimes
in.
I just mix up.
It'll get locked in, don't worry. So step
this
back,
one is, yeah,
back
this.
to center. So like step back, back to
Okay.
center. Step back to center.
Okay, just like that. Take back.
There you go. Then reset. So you're trying to achieve that stance again when you go back. So step back and reset back into that stance. Step back, reset. step back, reset. The move is the step back, and then you just get back in line. Back in the line that you're trying to
More
follow.
like that.
There you go. That's it. And when you do that step back, it's like this instead of this. Because this is the stance that you're holding.
Okay, my stance is too
Right.
narrow.
So step back and then reset. Yep. And for the purpose of the drilling, hands up more than. All right, so let's see. As a matter of fact, we'll take. You can stay on this side. I'll be over here, and let's just go through this deal. Or I'll tell you what, we'll do one to each side. So just stepping around like that, and the other way, stepping around like that. So if you have this opponent, you're doing like this, and then doing the other side, like if you were.
Okay.
So it doesn't have to be perfect. Think more about the opponent in front of you instead of, I must face this direction.
Okay.
So imagine the opponent there, taking a side step, and okay. So we'll just same direction, and we'll go through the. You come over here.
Okay.
We'll go through just doing like jabs, forwards and backwards. Again, we'll stagger so that you're able to see both people. And it'll just be like this. Simple stepping forward. Okay, you can follow it. And then stepping backwards. You can go ahead. Nothing too heavy. Just getting the arms out, working the mechanics out in your head if you need to. Switch once you get back there. Switch stances. And then the crosses. And when you do the step back first, then throw the cross. There you go. So this time with the hook, the front hook, and it'll be this. You have the leaning back and the forward. So recommend for going forward, do the forward step, and for the backwards, jabs. Okay. To cross over too far. So this more in this area.
Okay.
If you want to overextend, that'll be an easy way for someone to get you off balance.
Okay. That?
Okay.
Yeah, so here.
That's more like it. Now, after you do your strike, after you do the strike, kind of come back to the stance like this. And then take a step. Take a step, drag your foot, come back to your stance.
Okay.
So check it out again. Take a step, drag your foot, come back to your stance. Take a step, drag your foot, come back to your stance. Yep. Yep. Take a step, drag your foot, come back to your stance. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
And then when you're done, give it a shot.
Yeah. So.
That is it.
It's
That's
almost
it.
better.
That's it. That's it. Now just be more cognizant about your guard and stuff like that. But that is the movement. Let's see, you switch. Did you already switch?
Yeah, but no.
That's more like it. Yep. That's it. All right. That one is like you're kind of in and out a bit, but yeah. So you definitely got the idea for sure, and you were doing it for sure each time with the other stance, so that's good.
Okay.
A little practice.
So it comes here. I really feel these muscles working when I'm doing this. So that's something I need to focus on.
Transverse abdominals.
Yeah.
And the obliques. So we do have that overhand still.
Okay.
We did go over the overhand before, right?
Nope, that's the first time.
This one right here? Yeah, we went over this a while back. It was several weeks ago.
Okay.
Remember, because I was talking about this strike that comes over the hand.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, it's a bit more awkward, but you can still do the strikes when you're stepping. It'll just be something like this. And just take it slow and, you know, easy with your shoulders and stuff. And when you go back, again, like you imagine that opponent there, they're coming in, they're striking or they're doing something, reaching for you, and you're basically evading the hands and coming over the top of it to strike. And going forward, you just take a step to be the side, but even going forward, take the step and over the hand, over their arm. Or they're coming inside and you can parry. See this one right here? Imagination.
Yeah, it's hard to focus.
You say to focus?
To focus when you've never been in a fight, actually. Because you don't.
Imagination.
Yeah. So.
That's all you got at the moment, and hopefully it'll always be like that.
Yeah, hopefully. So the back part is.
So let's do this. Let's do it like right here, so we're not staring at the sun. Come right here and face me. I'm just going to stick the arm out, and you do what you need to do to use that punch. Imagine the situation. All right. So for that particular one, except this time for the lead hand. Go ahead and get in your stance. Excuse me. Like straightforward with me. I'm in this line, so you need to like stand right here. No. Regular stance. Hands in. We're facing off like this, not like this. So we're like this, facing off. And if my hand was out here, the way you can use that punch is this one, like that, not pushing down, but just checking and stepping in, not even to the side. As a matter of fact, it's more that you're stepping in. Yeah. That's the way that you can use that punch.
Okay.
Like for instance, stick your hand up. So you're like this. Or.
All right.
And if it were coming toward me, then it would be that.
Okay.
Or if you were going to step to the side and use the rear hand, it would be like. Or stepping in.
Okay.
So it's like your fist is getting around the limbs of the opponent.
All right.
You're getting around the opponent.
Around. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So stick an arm out. Or instead of coming in this direction, move toward that direction.
Okay.
Like that. Or getting lined up to the opponent. Yeah. So don't worry about this atmosphere trying to line up to something here. Think about this right here.
All right.
Okay. face me.
Okay.
I'll throw a jab, or I'll throw a cross.
Across, okay.
Since we're in this stance, and then you could basically use that movement to see how it goes. It's going to be at this speed. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so in this particular case, it would be to step here and pivot that direction.
Okay.
And
Okay, so.
yeah. All right.
Okay.
Hands up though. Now see if you can step more.
Okay,
to
inwards
this.
like that. Yeah.
Just a bit more. Go ahead and throw the punch. Which side are we on? Yeah, that's right. Okay, take a pause, a little bit more pause in between your strikes.
Okay.
A second. I'll go ahead and start throwing again. No, I'll go ahead and throw.
Okay, all right. Okay.
Nice. I'm going to take several seconds between so that you get reset and able to focus on the next strike. Just try to loosen up. Matter of fact, that's what we'll do. Telegraph the punch a bit. And think about, like, stay right where you are, hands up, and keep your feet where they are. No.
Keep my feet
Just
on.
trying to show you, like, for instance, we were about this close a moment ago, and this is probably not the distance you would be if you were squaring up with somebody. This is pretty close.
Okay.
More realistically, it'd probably be like this,
All right.
or like this.
Okay.
So when it comes time for the person to punch, let's say I'm going to throw their rear, I would do like this.
Okay.
So that's let's say a more realistic distance
Okay, all
to
right.
start with. I'm going to punch again. Now try to keep their rear hand up instead of doing
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Try to keep it up like that. And instead of this, try to keep it just in the same spot basically.
Okay.
Like this hand right here. Just try to keep it in that same spot for this drill. A lot better. Yeah. Very good. Just try to count to like 5 and
Okay,
you're
fine.
fine.
Okay.
Nice fluid motion. See how close you are? Again, more realistic. Okay. Still a little looser, not too tense.
Thank 5.
Okay, we'll switch up, switching sides.
Okay.
So right foot forward,
So we will not like that.
and I'm gonna punch with this hand.
Okay.
And it's gonna be telegraph. We're loose. No fear out of this drill. It's nice and easy, nice slow. Right. not a piercing gaze on a particular spot.
Okay.
So
More global.
around here, occasionally up there, just
Okay.
not fixed, because if you're fixed and I know that you're fixed,
Uh-huh.
I can do something to use that against you. Like for instance, that, the rear hook, when you're done. Try to sit down on your rear foot more. Like, well, instead of this, this. Try to sit back instead of this. Because it's like somebody came up on you like,
Uh-huh.
so you're leaning back and you're going like that.
Okay. So, but
So as I come forward, nice and slow, do the hook. Do the hook as I come forward.
okay.
So instead of that, instead of this, without even touching with that hand, same thing, move in that direction. That's a good one too. So like for instance, go ahead and stick the jab on. It could be like this,
Okay.
because this definitely happens in a fight. You know, this stuff. If you were staring right here, I just do something that's distracting. Boom.
And then, okay, all right.
If you're so locked in, because it's like I'm locked in to use my peripheral. Okay, this thing came up here, it's up here, you know.
Okay.
So it's more of a,
All right.
you know, you're looking at this stuff too in your mind. Your peripheral vision is kind of checking everything. So don't be locked like on the zipper. Not that. It's just a general kind of glancing around it. That's where you struggle.
So you're here.
Yeah, wherever I'm at that particular moment. So for instance, you wouldn't chase me around. You wouldn't chase me around in this fashion. Or it'd just be, you're right there right now. I'm punching right there right now.
Okay.
Okay.
No.
Slow down.
Slow down.
Yeah. Now this again is just a drill. This isn't necessarily what you would be doing if you were fighting. Matter of fact, if depending on what you're trying to do, you may be avoiding contact. This is like a safety measure.
Okay.
To get you used to having the strike come at you, being able to react calmly.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So let's go to the left side, and this time we're going to work on just a quick catch or jab. We'll see how this works out with the cold air.
Okay.
But it's basically going to be this: do a jab like this, like this.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the cross.
Oh, soft.
But it's the same action.
Jab. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Tell me if it stings too much.
No, it's okay.
Okay,
No worries. So you can change hands.
You can.
Okay.
So it's like, as far as a drill, we may be doing one side, or it's just an example. And the same thing, do a 1-2.
Okay.
Oh, 1-2.
1, 2. Oh, okay, 1, 2. All right. Okay.
So, similar thing.
5.
You're just catching it.
Okay.
No, I mean, as far as the movement, it's just a quick catch, slap down type of movement.
Okay. All right.
So again, yes, you can do it with either side. The awareness comes in like do the jab. No, just stick the arm out. The awareness comes in like this. If you're right here, this may be a little bit safer because it leaves this hand up to guard that one. If you did like this, you maybe set yourself up to get
Okay.
out. Maybe, because you could also do it like this,
Okay. All right.
something else, but this is general though. All right, so I'll start doing some repetitive movements. Oh, sorry. This is good.
So
I'm gonna punch.
Okay. All right.
Right, and it'll be slow. And that was an example of that. Like you did that.
Yeah.
Oh, no. That was correct. I'm doing that.
Okay.
Thought I was doing a jab for you. Never mind. There you go. Adjusting with the footwork. Okay, here comes the other one. It's more the smooth movement. It's okay if you do the same side or not. It's all right. It's more this than this
Okay.
in this particular drill.
Okay.
In another drill, it'd be a different deal. Because you may be doing that to forcibly push in to do something else.
Okay.
So this one, just a quick cuffing, quick slap down, that type of deal. Okay, now I'm coming with the 1-2.
Okay. Keep focused, Mike.
Try to focus on instead of side evasion, just step back when I do.
Step back, okay. Nice, I got that right.
So instead of this, just quick catches to just do this.
Okay.
As a slight diversion.
Okay.
Because if you're doing the opponent, if you're doing something and you had the intent, I'm gonna do a 1-2 punch, 1-2, and it turned out this hand got slapped down, that throws your alignment off a bit, so that your next punch is not going to be the ideal punch that you were thinking about.
Okay.
Most likely off target, or you're off balance now.
Okay.
Because you got messed up in your motion.
Okay. So it's just a light punch.
Lighter. And again, you could have different, like for instance, if you were doing that forcefully, again, just do the jab.
Jab.
Yeah. If you're doing this, you could be doing that to, you know, it just depends.
But now for these ranges.
Yeah, well, let's switch up the drill. It'll be off of the jab, and when the jab comes, we'll just work on that, pushing in. So go ahead, do a jab. Just doing like that.
Okay.
Just a change, of course.
All right.
Just to show something more forceful with it.
Okay. Nice. Well, that's a good way
It's just another thing.
Yeah, okay. But it's a good way to fly away like that. Yeah.
Yeah. And we're going to eventually get to the point where we do this.
Yeah. I was thinking about this, yeah.
We're getting there. Start to combine some of the stuff.
Okay.
All right, we'll switch up, and I'll do that jab.
Okay.
Just take it slow.
Okay.
So on this particular one, since it came from here, yeah, you can do that. And
Okay.
well, you don't have to. I'll tell you what. You just do it, whatever is coming naturally to you.
Okay.
Right. Because they're all applicable. And it's sort of like these little knickknacks and nuances. They're for like the fight science, which in the beginning doesn't matter as much. You know, it's like how can I put it? It's like trying to play chess, and you're trying to you just began chess, and you're using Split-Makoff move. You know, it's like no, that's not necessary.
Yeah. Okay, so keep it simple.
Do what you feel.
Yeah, okay. All right. That's right.
That's it? Think more like you're coming in, you're affirmative, instead of like this. It would be like this.
So more of something flowing.
Yes, flowing, and your posture is not retreating, it's advancing.
Okay, all right.
Again, I'm coming with my jabs.
More like that?
If it feels. What I was doing was more to press this down to be able to come in and use more of my body.
Okay.
Instead of I think you did something like this, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're keeping this arm up, and that one has more ability or whatever. And this, you're kind of doing a check.
Okay, so I need to.
That's what we're doing at the moment.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Here it comes. See?
Yeah.
So let's do it slow.
Okay. If I do that, it'll be
More
better.
like it.
Okay.
And instead of this,
Yeah.
this.
Okay.
Instead of this.
Okay. So I need to have my
Yeah.
elbow on your
You're
chest.
trying to decrease the space that I have to work with.
Okay.
Right.
Next.
No, that's
Yeah?
good.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. That's it.
I need to put my. No,
Not
just
necessarily.
here?
It can for this punch. I think I did the jab. So in that particular deal, it would be here, just because I stuck that arm out, just like you stick this arm out. So it'll be this.
Okay.
If you had done a cross and I did that movement, then it would be that.
Okay.
Or it would be, do the cross again. Yeah.
Okay.
By chance, that's how it turned out. All right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm coming with my jab again. That's more like it.
And here.
More like it with the forward movement.
Uh-huh.
But yes, just plant this whole thing. It's not a strike per se with this particular drill. You're just leaning in to use your body to push.
Okay.
Just do that. As I'm standing here, just do this.
Okay. So. Yeah. Like this.
As if it were like that.
Okay. So dog.
Uh-huh. Yes.
Okay.
And that again. Okay. And you go ahead and put your body into it. Uh-huh. So instead of this, it's like this.
So you push.
Yeah, you're pushing them away.
Okay. So. Oh. Like that.
More like that.
Okay.
Try it again. And I'll say you're checking with this. Checking as in you're not letting this thing do anything. You're
Yeah.
checking that.
Okay.
And up here, you're using this to, that's wrong. Hold on a
Go
second.
like that.
No, that was correct, sorry.
That was correct.
Like that, and, no, that doesn't.
That's-
There you go.
Okay. So.
That's it. That's it.
Okay.
That's it.
That's why I didn't get it. I was doing the other.
That's the crossbody. So come up again. And again, it's a case where when you come in, you should do that. You see how how my body hardly moved?
Uh-huh.
I'm using the force of the ground to come up, like this force is hitting me, I'm rebounding, and it's coming back up through me, and I'm doing this instead of doing this, instead of doing this. Instead of using this arm strength, I'm using my body to
Body
do.
strength. Okay, so it's more. Let's try.
It's more like it. Think about uprooting me in one quick, powerful move instead of pushing me.
Quick. No.
Okay, it's gonna have to be something you're gonna get used to then. That's more like it. That was better. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Do you feel a difference?
Yeah, I feel the difference. I feel the ground
Yeah.
pushing.
Those last two were it. That was more of a strike.
Okay.
It's more like it. It's more like it.
But I
So
move my.
it's more like it though.
Yeah.
You had the rebound going. Okay, so let's switch sides. So yeah, and
So
yeah. So it's going to be you striking.
Okay, the jab, still the jab. That's okay.
Remember. This is what you do. You're like, okay, I'm going to hit him in the face. Ah. All right, we'll switch sides.
Switch side, okay.
No, I'll punch.
Okay.
Ah! No, it's okay.
No.
Yeah, I just want to give you some room. That's more realistic. Oh, keep going. All right.
I think that's not the correct stance because I feel I don't have enough power.
So what I'll do is give you some resistance and see what happens. So just in case you actually
Okay,
do that,
all right.
go flying off.
So
I'm going to give you some resistance and then we'll see how it turns out.
okay.
I'm dealing with the basically you had your hands here. I was dealing with these springs instead of it being contact on me where I couldn't do that. You know what I mean?
Okay. So more contact and this like that.
More like that.
Okay.
And I'll give resistance again.
Okay.
And that was just a little bit of, I'm going to get off the head of his needle. So, there's this thing with the attacking or defending or whatever it is, where you're trying to be at the head of a person's needle. And you're trying to be right on the center in order to direct their force type thing. And if they kept you off of their center, you would basically falling off balance type deal.
Okay.
So in this particular case, when you were coming at me, because the pressure wasn't, let's say, one fluid, one mass coming at me type of deal that was right on that point, I was able to just do this.
And then?
Yeah, without too much effort. And I was doing it to see, how difficult it would be to evade that or whatever.
Okay.
Not trying to go, just like rolling off, letting it roll off to see what would happen. So let's go through it again. And hopefully you'll be able to see it, feel it in action more than talking about it. Oh, I'll do the punch.
Okay.
I'll do the punch and you can see what happens. All right.
Yes.
That was pretty good.
Okay.
It's just going to be a feeling thing. I have to do it a whole bunch, and eventually, you'll just be able to get it.
Contact. That was the word. So thinking about it helps me.
All right. Let's keep going. I'm going to do the jab.
Okay. How about I move this? It's not a good idea.
It's okay. We'll just work it.
It's better.
Hey, what are you trying to? What are you doing, man? Hey.
Nothing.
Just attack me. Hey,
Oh.
how's it going? How's it going?
Okay.
All right, my turn.
Okay. So jab or cross?
Either one.
Either one. Okay.
That was me. Just a little bit slower, a little bit more telegraphed.
Okay.
Oh, you're doing fine. Feel
Yeah,
good.
moves.
Right, sliding.
Oops. Nope. So you take my arm.
Just, that's what happened at that moment.
Okay.
And I resisted the urge to do like this and continue pushing. But that's what I felt like doing was this. You know what I mean?
Okay. To make
Like-
me roll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, we'll shake it off. We'll move on to another deal. So, they say we'll get into the strikes next. And this will be kind of easy because we'll just basically trade off, like doing several strikes for one of us, then the other. I'll step back, let's say, and then you do the strikes. And
Okay.
we'll just keep doing it like that, and
Right.
correct anything we need to as we move along.
Okay.
All right,
One
so.
of my issue is the left.
Uh-huh.
I can put my thumb tip in head that I have, and my thumb should be.
Okay, so not an injury, but just something that you do.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So,
So again, we're keeping that light.
okay.
So I'll start off, and we'll just do jabs first, and being aware that's the camera. So you have this area, that area.
I've got here.
Okay. So just nice, easy strikes, and it'll be like, let's say we'll do 10 each, and I'll start off again, and
Okay.
then you can go. And you don't have to hit it that hard.
Yeah.
It could be like, you know,
Okay.
this is
Take
fine.
it, we go lighter. Mine's good.
No problem. And just try not to rush things. Nice jab. Instead of this, jab. A little less force. Okay, that's good. Shake it off. So yeah, a little less force, and what I mean by that is you had power behind it. Even though it wasn't fast, you were doing this. Alright? So just keep it lighter still. Nice and light.
Okay.
Okay. Oh, switch of stance.
Okay.
Relaxing the shoulders in between the shots. Shake it off. It's pretty good. So your mechanics are pretty good. Not a problem. Right? So let's do the rear this time, the cross. Okay, if you want to stop, no problem. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it's kind of like working on a speed bag when you are hitting a heavy bag. If you're meaning to do something where you have that rhythm continuously going, you have to make yourself hit it just light enough, just right enough to have it bounce back at that little momentum. In other ways, you're hitting it, blasting it, or you're doing other things, that's all fine. But if it's going to drill where you're doing like number counting, you want to hit it just right so that it can be right there for you.
Always in the same place, same spot?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
Same level of power.
Okay.
Like for instance, doing this is different than doing this.
Okay.
Alright, that's good. It's good stuff. Good?
Yeah?
Yeah. So you can tell you've been practicing on the back.
Yeah, I practice on the back, but it's,
Good.
I also practice the kick that we learned.
Very good.
And, yeah.
Hopefully we'll get there. Well, what time do you have?
Time. 8, let me show you, late 8:46.
Wow. Okay, that jumped a long ways. Okay, I guess we're probably just going to do the hand striking. I was trying to see if we would get through all of the strikes, but it's fine. Hand strike is fine. I was thinking hands, elbows, knees, kicks, but it's all right. Okay, so this time the hook. So you do have your variance. You can lean forward, you can lean backwards. All right, that's it. Actually, you need to do the forward hand. Front hand.
Okay, so
give yourself some room instead of being jammed up in it. Instead of being jammed up, yeah. Couple more. Alright, that's good. Shake it up. Alright, so the rear hand this time.
Okay, so. Okay.
And I'm just showing you don't have to drill into it. You don't have to do it as much. Just showing you that situation.
Try. So, like that.
Except you're leaning back. You're leaning back because it's right up on you.
No, leaning back.
And it has to basically be coming right at you.
Okay.
There you go. Except you would lean on the back foot.
No, back foot.
This would be a great one when you practice at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So you're in that stance, and I'll show you from that stance. So get to a spot where the sun's not blocking you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So for that deal, it would be like this. Again, most of that weight is on the rear foot. If front foot's light, it's mainly on the rear foot. So coming like this. Oh, I gotta get my turn.
Yep. Okay, so yeah, my hand now.
So it looks like you got this thing when you're doing this. Can you stand behind me? Yeah. Stand behind me and watch how my body's moving. You're doing this thing where it looks like this. Instead of this. Instead of this, you're doing like this. So you're basically, which isn't, it's a punch.
No, it's
And
not.
it could be super effective, but it's coming like this instead of coming like this. The objective of that hook is to get around the straight line vision of the person.
Mhm.
So instead of, like, you're trying to get around this by doing this. But if you do this,
Yeah.
it's just a straight punch
Yeah.
coming to the person.
Alright. Okay. So.
Nice and slow. Nice and slow like this. So you're going up to the bag and check me out when I do it. Go ahead, Linda.
Okay.
It'll be like this. Take that little step, bring the arm back and around on that plane.
Okay.
That's what I like. There you go. You keep the other hand up.
No.
Alright, shake it out.
I feel awkward on that side.
It's okay. That'll just be stuff to work on.
Huh? Okay.
So let me make sure it's still going. Uppercuts next. Uppercuts next, and keep this one light
Yeah.
because
First.
the bag is not aligned to the body. So it's good thing to have the gloves, but basically that would be the real punch. But for the purposes of this one, we're going to do the gut shot mainly, which is down here.
Gut. Okay. Gut shot. Okay.
Yeah. Because if you like, you can do this occasionally just to hit that angle, but the contact will come more from this punch. All right. So keep on going. Other hand. We're doing the lead hand.
The hand needs to be like the fist like that or like that?
Like that.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. Now, granted, this is just another punch. If you were to do this, it would just be another punch.
Okay.
Completely valid, effective punch. It's just not the uppercut.
Okay.
Right. So again, sticking with the lead hand for the other side. Shake it up. Okay, so the rear uppercut. Get that one shot where it's coming towards you. So come over right here.
Huh?
Yeah. And then take that shot where you're leaning back.
Leaning back.
Yeah. Instead of stepping forward, lean back with your back. That's more like it. And even with the actually hitting low. Okay? Feel it? Feel the mechanics?
Yeah.
goes. Right. That's good. Okay, let's see. We did both sides. Okay, overhand now. I think we did both sides.
No, I didn't
Okay,
do the
all right.
yeah, I
So-
didn't do the other
All
side.
right. Okay. All right, that's good. Okay, overhand. Oh, something to warn you on this punch. It's a lot more about the mental aspect of getting overhand,
Right, yeah.
like over the hand. Like, you know, just go over the hand because you're over.
Oh, okay.
So when you do the punch, don't try to force yourself to make it look like this. Let the hand come down and hit. Let's say, instead of doing this, do this. So you see how this hand is kind of like the hook? As far as like on this plane. Let that happen instead of trying to do this. Like instead of doing this, just lift it up to have it come downward, but be on that same level plane. Otherwise, you may get tweaks when you make contact.
Okay.
So you'll see it once you start to make contact.
Okay.
Okay. Nice and light. Nice and light and even slow. Forehand. Nice and slow. Think about going over a hand. Let's try this. Just to get a feel. It's an awkward punch. Just try to get a feel. It's not super realistic, but do like this. Try to get a feel for putting your hand over. You don't have to make contact like that, but it's more like that. That's the kind of mechanics you're looking for. You're getting over a strike, an arm, and you're getting tight into that area. That's why I was talking about that stuff, is slipping in and stuff. It's more like that. This is more the feel because you have to get in close. This would be an arm,
Okay.
or shoulder right here. That's what it's like.
Okay.
Okay, I'm doing the other one. and light. When you make the mistake, you'll realize you should really work on the mechanics and the structure. And I'll say the mistake could cost you and tweak your wrist so that you know, doing other movements will become more difficult if you mess up. So nice and light. Okay, that's good. Shake it off. Okay, the rear hand now, which is a bit more natural feeling. But still, same thing. Make sure you have all the mechanics right, that the strike is coming just right, as opposed to something like this, or like this, or like that. All these things, no noise. Two knuckles. Because it's a bit of an awkward punch, but it's also the punch that most people are throwing when they're fighting.
Yeah.
Nice and easy, nice and light. Shake it up. Do on the other side. A little bit lighter. Okay, shake it off. So your mechanics are a bit different on each side, and it may be because you observed something I was doing. But on that side, it was more in line with the strike, because the strike is like this instead of this. All right. So on that, when you were striking with your left hand, like this, when you're striking with your right hand, left hand was more like this. Right hand was more like this. It's a bolo punch, overhand punch, where you're basically taking all this stuff and push.
Okay,
So the right hand was more in line with what the punch usually is.
okay.
Because again, it's like coming over, and in order to get that power. So if we were facing off with each other and I was going to throw that punch, I'd likely be doing a move like this instead of like this. Most likely.
Okay.
So you generate the power and that's more what it's like.
All right. So it was better on
Better on the right.
the right. Okay. So
Better with the right hand.
Okay.
Okay, so what time you got now?
I got 9-9.
Okay, so just for, I'll just give you some visual stuff
Okay.
to show some of the other strikes, and then you can take them during the week. So we have those hooks, forward hooks, and again, the hooks, as I mentioned before, it's not like you have to you don't have to generate a lot of power. They're very effective tools just in general. So even short and sweet is good. And then you have the side. And then you have, I forgot if we covered this, but you have the overhand. It comes down and diagonal.
Okay.
Yeah. So then we have the knees, and the knees, they come forward just like this one, like that. Because if you did this movement on someone, I'm not gonna do it hard. If you did this movement, it will hurt a lot. Just doing this and putting your body behind it, sort of like that deal where we did that. If you do that with this, it hurts really a lot. So same thing with the knee. You don't have to go boom. It could just be simple like that. Like for instance, if you're here and I just do like that, this really hurts.
Okay.
So simple.
Okay.
Right. And then as you saw with those kicks, either from the front foot or the rear foot.
Okay. Okay.
If you want.
All right.
Just
So
press
let's
on
try
the
the
side.
elbow.
Because those light strikes from you also help not to injure yourself.
Okay.
Alright, so on those, we take care to pivot on this foot rather than have it kind of be like, So instead of doing something like this, do like this, to where you're using this foot to pivot on.
Okay.
Better for your balance and
Uh-huh.
also for generating the power. You're not cutting yourself short like this. You're letting the power flow through like this. That's more like it. That's like it. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And taking the time to hit in here.
Yeah. From here. Okay.
Alright.
Great. The last thing I just want to ask you, you know, I was thinking about the movements we did the last session, and with the kick, and you
Oh, the sweeping.
the sweeping.
Okay.
Can you show me it again?
I'm trying to think of the variation that we did, but well, yeah.
So
I forgot the specifics of the variation, but basically it's like up here a feint to redirect the focus,
Yeah.
and then just coming down low to do the kick. So if I'm trying to recall, I know we were talking about this stuff. So either you can go low, or you can come to the thigh.
And the thing,
Oh, now I remember
the
what you're
one
talking
with
about.
the hands
So it's like this. It's on the front shoulder,
on the front shoulder. Okay.
or it can come really wide in. And
Okay.
so you got a few different.
Which
methods
is the
in
more
there.
effective? The last one, because
Situation
you've got all that.
Situation dictates.
Okay.
Like if your intent was to hit that leg and like cause a sweep to where you're standing up and kind of less connected, it'll be this.
Okay.
Or a little balance, and that's that. So if you were intending to get in there and really put force on the opponent, then you will come in and
Okay. All right.
so it's it's just a different choice.
And so the question was, because I was not sure. So that's the hand, which is on the same side of the rear foot.
Yes, yes, that was it.
Because when we do this, it's the opposite.
That's because you're doing a free kick.
Ah, okay,
But if you're doing a sweep,
okay. So sweep and kick.
well, there you go.
Okay.
Try this a few times.
So
Same, yep.
and then okay.
And if you wanted to do to where you were doing a full body sweep, you come in and do this. And just put your body into it, as in this,
Okay.
or this.
All right. So
Try that.
so which side?
Well, switch stance.
Okay.
And now step in, or no. Okay, sorry. Okay, let's do the same side stance.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, now I got it. So it's stepping in with this rear foot like this. So stepping in with the rear foot. No. To where you're sticking that leg way back here. That's it.
Okay.
Plant it. Plant that rear foot. Plant that foot firmly here. Firmly. So,
Firmly.
like this. Instead of this, it's like this. I'm firm.
Okay.
Oh, let's do like this. So instead of being light like this, which is the sweep, it's going to be this, where you're coming in and you're nice and firm, where it's 60-40. That way it's easy to do this.
Okay. Ah, yeah. Really effective. So my turn. So
This leg will go back here because you're trying to trip
Oh,
me.
yeah.
Nice and firm, 60-40. Still, if you're leaning, if you're falling like that, you don't have that firm stance. So just step in and make the firm stance. Okay.
Okay.
How do you feel?
Better, but I feel kind of unbalanced.
It's not a lean. It's not this. It's this.
Okay. So more stance.
Yeah.
More stance.
60-40.
Okay.
See like. So if you're going in that, you're going in that direction. It's nice and planted where the weight's around here.
Okay.
Because you're inside. You're in here.
Okay. So the whole weight, not whole, but most of the weight is on the
No, 60%.
Okay. All right.
Because the combined center of gravity, well, it's more toward your center, but it's not 50-50.
Okay.
So try it again.
So
Yeah, that's more like it.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 Try it again. Kinda. Yeah, more like
Okay.
it.
All right.
So it's more awkward on the back, but you can still do this.
I will do this because.
You can still do this to get that motion.
Okay.
Just try that a couple times. So
All right.
use the bag as a way to get your body in there. Yeah. So it won't be perfect 60-40.
Okay.
It'll allow you to get your leg in. Yeah.
The lower you are,
More stable.
okay. All right.
But there's a point of diminishing returns.
What does that mean?
There's a point where it's too far.
Okay.
You've gone too low.
Okay. All right.
You want to be efficient and stable. So the bag, that's pretty good.
Okay. All right.
Meaning that it just won't be perfect because the bag can't move like a body. So this is pretty good.
Okay.
And then, you know, you can try to work on your using that force of that shearing motion.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Great. Thanks. Thanks so much.
All right.
Wow. Nice. Nice session.
All right.